In this video, I'm going to talk about what I didn't expect from my Rolls Royce Wraith. So, number one, I'm going to get rid of some of the myths that people talk about with Rolls Royces. And there are my two other work cars that I have. I don't drive the Rolls Royce to work. Don't do that. Not because you can't do it. It's just that you just don't want to be driving it back and forth to work. It deserves leisure driving. So now, let me talk about, and here's a Rolls Royce right here, just so you can see. One thing, there's a lot of things that I like about the Rolls Royce. Number one misconception that people have that really don't know about a Rolls Royce is that they think that you're going to have to pay all of this stuff for the expenses, the maintenance, and all that type of stuff. That's BS. Because you can get a Providence warranty, and let me tell you, what would you think you have to pay for when you have a Providence warranty from Rolls Royce? You want me to tell you what you have to pay for? Just your tires, brakes, pads, shocks, what whole car, 100% warranty guaranteed. Now, they won't just do that for any car. It has to be checked out and inspected. But if they do it, you don't pay for nothing but tires. Not even oil changes. Nobody is paying for oil changes. They might give it to you for free, but you don't even have to pay for oil changes. The other thing that people get discouraged about is the mileage. And I think that comes down to people who have bad driving records. For me, I have State Farm insurance. There is no limit on miles. I could drive it 10,000, 20, whatever I wanted to drive, even though I know I'm not going to do that type of mileage in a year. No limits on driving. And I've even seen some people who have Rolls Royces where their insurance is like $500 to $1,000 a month on their vehicle. I have four vehicles. I have the Rolls Royce Wraith, which is right here. I have the Mercedes and Range Rover and the Jeep that's right here, the electric Jeep right there. And I'm paying $3,100 every 6 months. That's like a little bit more, less than $100 a month per vehicle, less than $100. Full coverage, 100%, no problems or nothing. Now, here, let's talk about some of the features. Here's the feature that one of the ones I like is it has that distinct sound when you unlock the car. Very distinct. You can hear it. Like people always turn and look at it. I was even talking about how this vehicle makes a lot of people smile. It makes a lot of people smile. Now, of course, I don't know if you can really see that down there. It has the sheepskin, I think sheepskin floor mats. Here's the deal with the sheepskin floor mats is that nothing stays on them. I was afraid, I don't want to get them wet. I don't want nothing to get in them. That's because with sheepskin, think about it. Animals, nothing sticks to them. It just brushes right off. That's exactly what it does there. It brushes right off. When you start up the vehicle, you already feel the power. It has this little, what is that, a violin or a harp or whatever that noise is. Very good. This one here that I have has the diamond. You can see the diamond, I forget what they call it, but it's the diamond black, like piano diamond black. Everything in the vehicle is 100% metal. There's very little plastic. I don't even know if there's any. It might be some somewhere, but I mean, this vehicle is very, very solid. Now, something that I have that I haven't seen with other ones is I actually have a sunroof in mine. A sunroof. I wanted mine 100% black on black. Everything is, that's just the way that I like my vehicles. Even my Range Rover black on black and my Mercedes black on black. That's just the way that I like it. Now, what I want to talk about, since I got your attention, is we're going to talk about lead generation. I had a conversation with one of my clients, and he was talking about he's having problems generating leads. He just can't generate leads. He can't get his business off the ground. He's having so much trouble. And I said, here, what I want you to do is I want you to just focus in on what's going to get the ball rolling, what's going to get you in the position to be able to make more money with your business. That what I had from talking to him, what I had a feeling is that he's focused on too many other things to try to get his business going. So I said this to him. I said, one of the first pieces of advice I gave him is I said, okay, if you were to get your business off the ground and making money and you were successful, what would that mean to you? And then I said, well, what would that mean? He told me it would make me feel good, great, all of this stuff. And then I said, well, what would that mean for you? So what would feeling great, having more confidence and making a lot of money, what would that do for you? And then he said, hey, it would just make it to where I felt very secure about my future and my family's future. Like, he was like, bottom line. And I was like, that's my thought process. So let me ask you this. What does it mean for you to be able to have a successful business? Like, bottom line, what would it mean to you to be able to have a successful business? Because the reason why I asked that question is because you're going to have something within inside of you that's going to take you through the tough times. A lot of people don't pay attention to that. And that is actually why so many businesses fail, is because people are not telling them, and it's not your fault, but people are not telling people the truth about what it's going to take to be in business and stay in business. I've been in business now for 35 years. Started my first company at the age of 20 years old. Very successful now, on 4 different very successful companies. So now, let me ask you this question. If you had 10 people, because I'm believing in you, I believe that you can sell. I believe that your product or service is something that people want. So I'm asking you this quick question. If you had 10 people in front of you, how many of those people would you be able to sell? Now, let me ask you this quick question. How many people were in front of you today that you could have sold your product or service to? When I ask that question to a lot of businesses, they say very little. In the conversation I had today, the guy said none. I have no people today. How are you going to have a successful business if you don't have a lot of people to talk to? If you don't have people to talk to, period. So now, if you have 10 people, let's just say you solve that problem. You have 10 people. And then let's work it from reverse. Like, I'll do what I did in this consultation call with this gentleman. I said, how much money you want to make? He said, I want to make $10,000 a month. I said, how much is your product or service? He said, my product is $400. So I said, you really only need 25 people to make $10,000 a month. You only need 25 people. And I said, okay, if you need 25 people, how many people did you talk to today? How many leads did you get today? He said 0. So I said, the next thing that we need to do, working backwards so you can get to $10,000 per month, is you need to have people to talk to. And I said, well, what are you doing to get people to talk to? He tried different things. He heard different things, but he has nothing that is rock solid, concrete, and consistent to be able to get people who are interested in his product or service to contact him, and then he follow up to try to sell them. So nothing is going to work. You're not going to get to $10,000 a month if you don't even have nothing in place to be able to get you the people to talk to that have the possibility to get to $10,000 a month. And that's what I told him. And I said, so really, if you think about it, and this was a person who put all of the infrastructure in place. I see so many people do this. They got the website, they got the merchant account, they got software, they got everything, but they have no customers, have 0 customers. I'd rather do it from the other way and not be perfect and not have everything and have customers and then do the other part. But if you've already done that, it does not matter. Both ways are okay, but you have to focus on solving the problem. Problem is you don't have enough people to talk to. Everybody who becomes a lead for your product or service is not going to buy. You got to have something in place to communicate with those people, to prep them if you're going to sell them, Also, to keep the ones who don't end up buying your product or service, or who doesn't answer the phone when you try to call and contact them, to keep your business top of mind. If you don't do that, you're going to be leaving so much money on the table. You know that I'm not leaving a lot of money on the table because you can't have a vehicle like this. You cannot have a vehicle like this. This vehicle new is over $400,000. I did not buy it new, but I still bought it for a lot of money. You can't have this type of vehicle and not have people who are buying your product or service. It just will not work. It won't translate to anything. So if we got our three things, we want to get it for this individual. He wanted to get a $10,000 a month product, or his service was $400. He had to get to 25 sales per month, only 25 sales per month to get to $10,000 a month. So the next step, going backwards, how do you get to 25 sales per month? You got to have people to talk to. And I told him the way you get people to talk to is you advertise to get people to talk to. And then you start to get better at selling people, because that'll be the next problem that he will have. I've seen it. I know it. I've experienced it. Other people experience it. You solve your lead problem, then you have to go through and solve your sales problem, and then you're off and rolling and you can scale your business. So please like this video. I hope you like the information. If you need some consulting, we could do a quick one-on-one. I do hourly one-on-one sessions, or you can hire my company to put everything in place for you. Thank you for your time. This is Stephen A. Williams with Making Money with Stephen A. Williams here on YouTube.